Today we are going to be keeping it super chilled. Whether we like it or not, New Year resolutions have come to stay. But I have a question to ask you. I hope you are not going to start 2026 with the same goals that you started in 2025. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Itwa. Thank you so much for joining me on today's video. Welcome to the month of February. If you are new here, please consider subscribing, and if you're already a part of the family, like I always say, please take a seat. For some weird reason, or I don't know if I'm the only one, but this January did not feel long at all. Usually, they say that January has like 122 days, but this past one did not feel like that at all. I don't know. Let me know if I'm the only one. Let's jump into today's video. We are going to be talking about New Year resolutions. Now, New Year resolutions, I know a lot of us are familiar with what New Year resolutions are, but just to give it a definition, I would say New Year resolutions are like your commitments, intentions, or decisions, usually at the beginning of a new year, to start, stop, or change something about yourself. Now, these decisions can be something simple like, going to bed an hour earlier, or to something complex like starting a business. A lot of us are very familiar with it. Even on the internet, you see some people put up New Year resolutions and the likes of it. Some people even refer to it as vision boards or mantras or whatever it is. It's all the same thing. Some people are so against New Year resolutions. This is because for most people, or for a couple of people, before the end of the first quarter, and that's me being generous, before the end of the first quarter, they're already like slipping back into their old habits. They are saying that, oh, it's like this goal I set for myself is too much or is not achievable, and this has given the term New Year resolutions a bad name, because people are like, oh no, I don't do that New Year resolution kind of thing. Whether you're a fan of New Year resolutions or not, there comes a point in time when you want to learn, relearn, unlearn, or reinvent yourself. The idea of New Year resolutions is that the starting of a new year just gives you that opportunity, just gives you that boost, that kick, to, okay, let's just dive in and let's just go. And now you may not be comfortable starting in January, but that doesn't mean that you cannot start at any point in time. Starting with a new year just makes it seem kind of fresh. Personally, some of the New Year resolutions I have is to read more books and then finish the ones that I've started. I also have a goal to not buy any more hair products until the ones I have are finished. Let me know in the comment section if you have any New Year resolution that you would like to share with me, or if you are not a fan of New Year resolutions at all. So now I'm going to be sharing with you some tips that can help you achieve this set goal. So whether you call it vision boards, whether you call it New Year resolutions, I believe that these tips are actually going to help you. The very first one: do not take drastic measures. Yes, I know. Now, we are all human beings. That means that we are products of habits. So something you do regularly. It takes a special kind of discipline. It takes a special kind of commitment to be able to just change your life like in an instant. So I would advise that you don't take drastic actions, because at the long run you may not be able to keep up. So what I would advise is to set short-term goals. This makes it easy to achieve, and this doesn't cause disruption in your daily activities and schedule. And that way you are able to monitor progress, you are able to follow through. For instance, if you usually go to bed by 12 midnight like some of us, and then you want to change and you want to say you want to start going to bed earlier, I would not advise that you say you want to start going to bed by 9 a.m. because truthfully, if you do it the first 3 days, by the fourth day you are not going to be able to continue. So I would advise that you take it little by little and say, okay, let me go to bed by 11:30, or let me go to bed by 11 o'clock. Able to see if there are areas you are lacking and be able to just work it out as soon as possible instead of taking drastic actions. The second tip I'm going to be sharing with you is to get an accountability partner. This is somebody who you share your goals with and who is able to keep you on track to ensure that these goals are achieved. I know. There are some things that are just really personal to you and you don't want to tell somebody. But if you fall or you fail, it's still you that will still beat yourself up. So I would advise that you get an accountability partner that can help you, that you can go back to, that can put you on track and just guide you through it all. The next tip I'm going to be sharing, I think this should even be the first one, is please write it down. Please do not forget to write it down somewhere. Get yourself a notebook, get yourself a journal. All phones now come with note app where you can just write these things down. This is just to help you so that you do not forget. Write the vision, make it plain, so that the person that is running will run with it very well. So that you that are running with it, you run with it very well, so that it's not that when it gets to June or it gets to July, you have forgotten what you said you want to achieve. No, write it down. Writing it down will help you to be able to see it clearly. It will help you to be able to visualize it. It will also help you when you want to break it down into pieces. This is depending on what that particular goal is. Okay, yeah. The next one I'm going to be sharing with you is, if you fall, please don't just sit down on the ground. Dust yourself up and continue running. I know that it can be very hard, especially for goals where you are putting in a lot of energy. People that go to the gym might understand. If you're somebody who doesn't eat healthy, and you're just doing it, and you see that you're pushing through, and after doing it 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, and you feel like, oh yes, I'm hitting my goals and the rest, and then one day you just fall off the wagon. You just carry ice cream or carry pastries and the rest, and you are like, oh, I've already lost my my zeal and the rest. Please, the minute you realize that you are falling, carry yourself back and continue. Because you failed is not an excuse for you to keep yourself there. Please stand up and continue running with that goal that you have. Okay, the next tip I'm going to be sharing is that you should acknowledge that some things are beyond your control. This is to ensure that your sanity and your mental health is protected. Some things are beyond your control. There are some things that are out of your hands. You cannot control everything, and this helps you to stay sane. This keeps you in focus. This helps you not to worry unnecessarily. When you see that there are things that you cannot control, things that you're not responsible for, things that are out of your hands, things that just happen, there are some unforeseen circumstances that might come up while you are on this journey. Please acknowledge that you are not in charge of everything 100%. Do your best and leave the rest. Do not give yourself unnecessary headache. The next one I'm going to be sharing is for you to celebrate your small wins. This goes hand in hand with the previous one I said. You have to set short-term goals. Now, for every goal that you achieve, celebrate it. Celebrate yourself. Now, this advice is not for those of you who are on a weight loss journey. Please, if you're on a weight loss journey, this advice is not for you. Not that after losing 1 kg, you will now go and get 1 liter of ice cream to celebrate. No, this advice is not this advice is not for you at all. Take for instance, if one of your goals is to save a particular amount of money, when you reach that goal, if you say for instance you want to save 500 euros, if you hit that goal, now you can just buy yourself something pretty, something little. Not that you use your 500 euros to go and shop, not at all, but just something little. Just celebrate your small wins. This acts as a boost for you. It just gives you a kind of happiness. It pushes you, it motivates you to be able to do more. It gives you that that boost, that yes, you're on the right track and you are hitting it, and gives you that much fulfillment that you have set this goal and you are achieving it. Okay, whether we like it or not, New Year resolutions have come to stay. But I have a question to ask you. I hope you are not going to start 2026 with the same goals that you started in 2025. Make sure that you achieve those goals, and I believe that these tips I've shared are going to help you to achieve them. And I'm also going to come back here December 2025, hopefully. I think I should write that down. I'm also going to come back here and also share if I've been able to finish all the books I have so far, finish the books I've started and I've not completed, and if I was able to resist buying new hair products. So guys, that's all I have for you today. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Share with me your New Year resolutions. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, all the good stuff. Happy New Month. Welcome to February, and then I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.